southbound on Highway 99.
Just clearing another call. I'm headed over there.
Hey guys, what's going on? Alf here with another video. Today in this video, upon viewer request, I'm going to be playing some X-Plane 10. I'm here with one of my favorite, actually not one of my favorite, probably my favorite, not only payware, but just aircraft in general, plane of all time for X-Plane 10. That's the JAR Design A320 Neo, as you can see here. Now this plane here is just amazing, and now when I say that, not only in terms of the model and the livery and the textures and the quality, but it's also a very realistic plane. So if I go to the cockpit here, as you can see, there's a 3D cockpit, which most planes don't have. I mean, you'd expect a payware aircraft to have it. But it really goes above and beyond because almost, I won't say every single one of these buttons and switches, but, you know, the vast majority of them let you control a real function on the plane. And there's actually an elaborate startup procedure you have to go through to actually be able to use the plane. It's not like most planes where you can just kind of get in and it's all started up and you taxi the runway and take off. There's actually an elaborate procedure you have to do to get the plane started up and ready to go, just kind of like in real life. But if I zoom in here in this cockpit, you can see just how high quality and high resolution these buttons are. There's very little blur. There's very little fuzziness. If I show you these knobs right here, these switches. So I'm zoomed in like, I don't know, maybe like 150 times or so. I mean, and there's really very little blur. With the textures, very high resolution, very high quality textures in this aircraft. So when you're zoomed in at a normal level, there's no blur at all. It's just very, very high quality, very nice. We got this whole panel up here with more controls to control different features, different functions on the plane. Very realistic, very nice. If I go back to the outside of the aircraft, I'll just bring you around the front and just kind of zoom in on some of the details up here. If I can, that is. This will probably only let me zoom in so much. Anyway, this is good enough. So you can see that there's these covers over the engine. There's blocks under the wheel, things like you'd really see in an airport to kind of park a plane. So the livery, the JetBlue livery I have is also very high quality. I'm not sure if I got it in as a download with the plane or if I got it separately on xplane.org or something. I'm not sure exactly where I got it from, but I really like it. It's really nice high quality textures. You can see kind of like on the door right here. There's this text. Zoomed in too far. There's this text that you can read on the door that even at a very high level of zoom, it's very clear, very nice. If I go inside the plane a little bit, and I don't want to go through the wall or anything, you can see the inside of the cabin here, kind of like this hostess, what's it called, like a galley or something. I forgot the official word for it. See, I'm trying to get that's one of the most frustrating things in X-Plane is kind of getting the camera to go exactly where you want. But I'll just try to get a good enough angle here. So as you can see, if I try to zoom out a bit, can I do that? Yeah, that's good enough. You can see there's kind of like a little, not a commissary, but, a galley or hostess, place, or whatever you want to call it, the front of the plane. Textures, very high quality. Seats are high quality. Everything's nice. You can see there's this overhead, stop doing that. All right, overhead console. I'll try to zoom in on this one. Overhead console, very realistic. Got your lights, got your AC, things like that, different buttons, just like you'd see in real life. This camera is pissing me off. So the scenery I'm using here, this is John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York in the simulation. There's actually free scenery, which is really cool because it's very high quality scenery for being free. Very realistic, very nice. There's other parts of the airport with a terminal, like the glass and just the design of it. It's very nice, very high quality, high resolution, high texture. All that stuff, very nice. Maybe not so much this part of the airport, but I wanted to be at the JetBlue terminal just for realism's sake, I guess. But there's other parts of the airport that are very nice. I'll show it to you right now. If I go to free camera, we'll just kind of fly around here, and I'll show you the different parts of the airport. So this is the main terminal right here. If you've ever been to John F. Kennedy International Airport, then you know just how realistic this is. This is kind of like the lower level with the drop-offs and pickups and stuff. This main terminal here. If I go over to the other side of the airport, we got the air traffic control tower, the construction of the central, I don't know, what do you call it, like the central building, JFK, very realistic, looks nice. Textures could use some work. The only thing I really complain about is kind of some of the airport textures are low quality, especially on some of these parked planes you see around the airport, a little fuzzy. But you can't really complain because it was free, and it's very high quality for being free. Much more high quality than most of the other scenery you get for being free. The graphics on X-Plane 10 are really good, so you can see some about dusk right now. We'll be taking off in a little bit. I'll try to do it before the sun goes down. But just the sky colors, sky box, whatever the name is for the kind of like the composition of the colors in the sky and the shading, all that is spot on in X-Plane 10. I think that's one of the things I'm pretty sure that they were really working on with X-Plane 10, and I know this is, a few years old now, but getting the sky colors and everything to look very accurate, and it looks, I'd say, maybe aside from like Arma 2, Arma 3, and some of the real simulation games, this is probably some of the best, kind of best sky colors. And I don't want to say graphics because there's parts of the game, it's not a game, it's a simulator. There's parts of the simulator where the graphics aren't that good, kind of like trees and roads. Maybe not true. The trees are good, but like roads and like buildings and other scenery and stuff like that could kind of use some work. But I understand that with a simulation as huge as this, trying to render all this stuff kind of takes a toll on your system. Now, I wanted to answer a question somebody asked on one of my other X-Plane videos, and that was when you're taxiing, how to get kind of those planes to those scenery planes to drive around with you. At the airport. I want to answer that because for the longest time, I'd say for years, I always tried to figure out how to get those planes, those taxiing planes, to kind of come around with you at the airport. I could never figure it out. But then what happened was a few years ago, I built my own PC. I built a rig, very high power. The sign's crooked. Look at this. Somebody ought to fix this sign. So I built my own PC, high power, high quality, high, graphics capability, obviously, good RAM, good processor, stuff like that. Then I installed X-Plane 10 on that, and I got some custom scenery and things like that. And I don't know what to say, but just one day I loaded it up, and there were planes driving around. I don't know what did it. I don't think it's a setting or anything like that. I think, if you have high graphics settings, that might enable it, but that's what I did, and for some reason, when I taxi around from time to time, I'll see those planes driving around. So that's the answer to your question. I know it's probably not a very good answer, but that's what did it for me. So I think what I want to do in this video is I want to fly from New York to Washington, D.C. We're in New York right now. We're at JFK, like I said, and I want to... Now I can't find my plane. Damn it. All right, hold on a minute. We're going to go... Let me just go up high. I can scope it out. So this will just kind of give you like an aerial view of the airport, just how good the graphics are. Like I said, the sky and the water and all that looks really good. It's kind of an aerial view here. Maybe it's good I couldn't find my plane because now I get to show you this. So you can see kind of the boroughs of New York here, very urban, very high quality. I mean, I'm zooming in just an insane amount of zoom and the quality of the surrounding areas. So if you look, you can actually see cars moving on the road, which is crazy given how far away I am. So if I zoom back out to where I am, you can see that that's just a crazy, crazy simulation for it to be rendering. That many details. You can see the roads, the lights on the road, tail lights, things like that. All these cars here are real. They're drawn in the game. They're rendered. It's just amazing. You can see Manhattan across the water over there. And it's a great simulation. It's really good. So now where's my plane? I gotta find my plane. Where is it? It's near the JetBlue hangar. There it is. There we go. Wait, is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right, maybe I can just go back to this camera right here, and I'll bring me back to the plane. So I want to go from JFK to Washington, D.C., and the thing I should tell you is, I don't know why this is. I can't figure it out. You can blame the video recording software people for this, but for some reason, when I record long videos with commentaries in them, because I think what happens is the commentary to begin with is kind of like has a very minor, slight, maybe a couple milliseconds delay from the video and the game audio, but what happens is as the recording gets longer, that delay, since it's a few milliseconds for every however long the video is, there's a delay there. If you get a really long video, that delay starts to become noticeable. So what I noticed is if I try to do like a flight from start to finish, like if I take off, fly the whole way there and land, that might take like an hour or so in a short flight. But if I try to record the whole thing and make a video, for some reason the commentary at about an hour or so gets out of sync with the video. I can't figure out what fixes it, but what I am going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to, we're going to get the plane taxied over to the runway. We're going to take off. We're going to do some stuff in the air. We're going to land in Washington, and I'll show you all of that. But I cannot show the whole flight just because the video would be too long and the commentary would get out of sync, and I'm not exactly sure how to fix that. But we're doing good for right now. So what I am going to do is we're going to file a flight plan to go from here to Washington, and we should be good to go from there. All right, so we're going to adjust our frequency here. We're going to file our flight plan. Let me open up that. So our departure here is KJFK. Let's see. We're going to KJFK. Going to put our altitude as do 25,000 feet. Arrival ICAO is, whoops, no, I meant KIAD. There we go. 505. There we go. Alright, switch that over to active, and we will request our clearance.
Alpha 320, cleared IFR to Kilo, India, Alpha, Delta, as filed. Maintain flight level 250, squawk 4700.
Alright, now we're just going to read that back. For some
Cleared
reason, we have to
IFR
do that.
to Kilo, India, Alpha, Delta, as filed. Maintain flight level 250, squawk 4700, Alpha 320.
I've got to say, I like the air traffic control in the older versions of X-Plane, like X-Plane 9. You know, so I know it was less realistic, but it just worked better. And you didn't have to sit here and read back everything and click through frequencies, but that's fun too. I mean, it's more realistic. It takes more time, but it seems like it works better on older versions of X-Plane, at least as I remember. All right, so we're now going to go back to our ground frequency to request taxi and get our directions
Alpha
to taxi.
320, runway 4 right. Taxi via Golf, Zulu. Hold short of runway 4 left.
All right, so I'm going to read that back now. As you can see here, we have our directions for taxiing, and I'll just read that back.
Runway 4 right. Taxi via Golf, Zulu. Hold short of 4 left. Alpha 320.
Alright, so there we have it. So we're just going to use this little handy-dandy menu right here, which I think is pretty awesome. To remove park, actually I can do that on my yoke right now.
Park brake off.
Take off the park brake, and we're going to use the tow to push us back from the runway. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to just have the tow back us up, and then once we get to like that 90-degree angle there, we'll just have to have them spin us around the right way, and then we can take it from there. Alright, so it looks like we're going to go and start pushing back here. Go.
Park brake
there
off.
we go. Gotta watch where I'm going here. This thing should have a backup camera, I gotta say. Parking sensors or something like that. Alright, so I think... we want to turn to the left. Start doing that. There we go. Thanks, tow. Thank you, tow. Alright, so, almost straightened out here. Alright, there we go. So we push by tow to make them go away. And we'll put our park on. Alright, bye tow. See you later, tow. Alright, so, yeah, now we're going to go ahead and taxi to the runway. We can put this menu away, because we do not need it right now. So as soon as I take park brake off, there we go. Alright, so we're just going to use our engine. Give it a little bit of juice here, to get where we want to go. Just use my pedals, to steer. So, the equipment I use, I have a CH Products Flight Sim, we're going too fast. CH Products Flight Sim yoke, and I'm also using CH Products pedals. Now I know there's better equipment out there, but I've been using the CH Products stuff for many years now. And I gotta say the quality isn't that great, but the design of the yoke has been the same. I believe the yoke I'm using was released in 1999, and they really haven't changed the design since. There is a new yoke that's out. I'm using the more basic one. And I know there's better quality stuff out there because I've actually had to replace the yoke because it gets bound up. I don't know if anybody else uses a yoke or flight sim equipment, but like anything kind of with like an internal spring, like that. We can go a little bit faster here. Anything with like an internal spring or like a lot of moving parts that are plastic, after a while, over time, it starts to kind of get... And you can't put WD-40 on flight sim equipment because most of it's plastic. And WD-40 will eat plastic. Alright, so, that was pretty cool. So the taxi lights just turn on. See, I'm trying to get like a happy balance of not going too fast and not going too slow. Turn the engines down here. It's not like with a car when you're in traffic.
Alpha 320, contact tower on 119.1.
Alright, we're at contact tower. Alright, read that back.
Contact tower on 119.1. Alpha 320.
Alright, let's dial us to 119.2. Alright, we're just gonna dial this to 119.1. So like I was saying, it's not like with a car when you're in traffic, like the car kind of will go even when your foot's not on the gas. Yeah, I'm doing it. Chill out. Jesus.
119.1.
I'm doing it. Like I was saying, it's not like with a car. Like a car will kind of go even when there's no engine. Like this plane, I have to turn the throttle up a good part of the way, but then it goes too fast. And this knob is annoying because, there we go. Alright, 119.1. There we go. Switch that. Do this. Contact. Check in.
Tower, Alpha, 320.
Guess we'll,
Alpha,
there we go. There's our instruction.
320. Cross runway 4 left. Hold short of runway 4
Crossing.
right.
Come on. Go. There we go. Should probably look both ways here. An important thing to remember with X-Plane is not to go too fast when you're taxiing. 'Cause I know, some people like myself. It's kind of boring. It's kind of slow. You just want to get in the air, get flying. But if you go too fast, what'll happen is X-Plane will say you violated what air traffic control is saying, and will cancel out your flight plan and everything. You have to start over again, which isn't fun. So just go about this speed, and you'll be good. Good taxiing speed. So looks like what we're doing here is we're being directed down to the end of this runway. We're going to take off probably on this runway here, and then we're going to head south towards Washington to land at Washington. Is it Dulles? Whatever that airport is where we're going to land. So yeah. So I've got well, you can't see it, but on my other screen here, I've got a cool little GPS program that I use that ties in with X-Plane and lets me kind of see where I am on a map. Alright, just going to keep slow down a little bit here, coming around this corner. Figure out where I'm going, and from the looks of it, this doesn't look like it's going to be a very long flight. Alright, I can kick things up into high gear here. Alright, so we're I guess we're using this runway? Yeah, we're just going to go around the side of this runway, and we'll be using this one. Probably going to have to check in another time before takeoff. Usually ask. And that's a sharp turn at a high speed. Alright, here we go. Sure I don't have to read back anything. Now we're good. Alright, we're taking off runway 4 right.
Alpha, 320. Fly heading 100. Runway 4 right. Clear for takeoff.
Looks like we're already cleared for takeoff, which is pretty good. I think I have to read that back. There we go.
Heading 100. Runway 4 right. Cleared for takeoff. Alpha, 320.
Alright, so we're just going to get into position here. And we'll get ready for takeoff. So I read that back right. Let me just pause this real quick. So I'm looking at my other screen right here, and according to this, runway 4 right, where we're headed right now, where we're taking off, we're facing northeast, and we want to be going southwest towards Maryland. But for some reason, it decided to have us take off headed northeast. Nothing we can't fix, just a minor annoyance. So we're just going to prep for takeoff here. So we got, let me just check my, my yoke and pedals. Make sure I got everything in gear here ready to go. Shut this. Let me shut that off. Alright, we're good to go. Cockpit is too cold. Alright, let me fix that. Turn up the heat. See, what happens is the cockpit gets too cold. They say it's too cold, so I put it on hot. And then they say it's too hot. Come on. I fixed it. Stop beeping. Alright, we're ready for takeoff. Straighten out a bit. We have brakes on.
Park brake off.
Park brake off. Flaps, want to put those
Flaps
down.
1.
Just those 2
Flaps
notches. Parking brake off. Direction headed northeast. Alright, nothing to read back. Alright, we're set to go, ready for takeoff. I'm going to throttle up. High speed here. Here we go. Just the, yaw looks good. Pitch looks good. Just straighten out a bit here. Come on. Alright, we're good. See, another problem, I think you might have just seen it right there, is my pedals need some sort of alignment. The pedals I'm using don't always make the plane go straight. Come on, up, 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 up and away. Alright, we're away. Just trying to gain some altitude here.
Positive climb.
Positive climb, that sounds good.
Standard Vero cross check.
Like gear up.
Gear up.
Alpha, 320. Contact center on 125.32.
Sorry guys, I had to pause the game there. My yoke came off the table because I was pulling too hard on it. We're just going to bank left because we want to be headed. I want to be headed southwest, so we're going to try to turn around here. Like I said. So like I was saying, this scenery, pretty awesome. As you can see here.
Alpha 320.
Oh, alright, that's right, we're going to contact this tower.
5.32.
Alright, so I just paused the game because I have to contact this tower here, and I don't have a free hand to do it with. I can't fly with one. I can't fly and use the mouse and change the channel at one time. So just pause it, and we'll cheat a little bit. So before I contact the tower, I just want to take a minute to point out how amazing these graphics are. So we have a sunset out to the left here. We have the boroughs of New York also to the left down below. And I mean, we're really zoomed in, really far away, and that's like still amazing detail on these buildings, roads. I mean, there's cars at that intersection, and I'll just zoom out so you can see how far away and how far up we are. The game just renders so much, so much. Like, when I zoom in on this highway, there's cars on the highway with lights that you can see from up here. I mean, there's actual headlights that are bright that look good. The house, I mean, and we're so high up, and the quality is just so amazing that I'm not even sure how my computer's pulling this off. I mean, it seems like you need a lot more under the hood to be able to render all of these buildings in high quality from this altitude. Yeah, the quality of the seat is even high quality. Whatever, alright, so we're just going to contact the tower now. Like they told us to, like an hour ago. Alright, so that was 12532, not 13532. Let me fix that. Come on. Look at that, the sunset's even reflecting off of the glass in front of these screens. This is pretty amazing, I gotta say. There we go. Alright, let's get back out here.
Center.
Checking with controller.
0.
So I'm just trying to head back southwest here. Alright guys, we've arrived here in Washington. We're coming in for a landing, runway 01 left. It's about after 9 p.m., I'd say, or something. Actually, you know what, I have no idea what the time is. But here we are anyway. The only thing I'd say is the air traffic control got a little bit rowdy about halfway down. A little bit glitchy. But other than that, it was a good flight. So strap in, because we're coming in for a landing. And we're coming in way too high and probably too fast. So let me just... This is a job for my pedals right here. Let me just do something about this. Lower my throttle. Come on, adjust. This flight would probably win an award for the bumpiest flight ever. Because it's not ILS, I'm not using autopilot. I'm actually coming in manually. And I think I'm doing alright for that, but I think I'm just going to stop talking and concentrate on not crashing. Alright, here we come. Even out. Here we go. Alright. That's really not as bad as I thought this was going to be. Especially for a manual landing. Alright, let me just hit the brakes now. And we'll pull up to the terminal. These sky colors are amazing, I have to say. Let me check what time it is real quick. I want to know what time it is to get those colors. Alright, so 1832 local time. So what does that mean? That means in regular time, let's see, 20 would be 8 o'clock, 19, 7 o'clock, 18, 6 o'clock. So it's 6:32. Oh, that's because it's March 22. I was going to say, the sun doesn't go down at 6:32, but that's because it's March. At least in the game it is. So here we are at Washington Dulles Airport, Dulles, whatever it is. Yeah, all right, and we're gonna taxi over to the terminal, and then we should be all done with this flight. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna have some more LSPDFR stuff up as soon as I can. But other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good one.